story, just keep moving ahead. Evidence stacks like bricks in a wall. Intentions crumble when the truth makes the call. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. She don't need a stage, don't need the crowd. Silent as a shadow, but her heart is loud. She's a fighter with a prayer, no weapon in hand. Guided by the light while she takes her stand. Truth cuts deep like a blade in the night. Good intentions fall in the face of the right. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. Truth cuts deep like a blade in the night. Good intentions fall in the face of the right. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. Eventually, eventually.
Late at night, the world feels small. True crime whispers through the hall. Active cases cold as ice. Reality TV, a guilty slice. Trending news, it's all the rage. Flip the script, turn the page. Momming it up, yeah, we go all in. Special needs love, proud of where we've been. Army strong, hearts of steel. Momming it up, we keep it real. Family ties and sleepless nights. Battles fought in softer lights. Parenthood's a messy art. We're all just playing our part. Let's share the glow. Raise the roof, let the love show. Momming it up, yeah, we go all in. Special needs love, proud of where we've been. Army strong, hearts of steel. Momming it up, we keep it real. Family ties and sleepless nights. Battles fought in softer lights. momming it up. We keep it real.
News is wild, the world's a mess. Special needs, we do our best. Reality TV, bring the tea. We're momming it up, can't you see? Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. Late night chats, no time to rest. Breaking it down, we're feeling blessed. Laugh or cry, we'll spill the plot. Momming it up, give it all we've got. Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. From headlines to heartlines, we're here to explore. Unfiltered and honest, who could ask for more? Momming it up, momming it up. Turn the volume, crank it up. News to crime, we've got the deal. Momming it up and keeping it real.
Those who can't speak their mind sees the world through a lens so clear, finds the truth without any fear. Oh, she's momming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding, counseling hearts so wise and true. In her mind, visions of the new, sees potential in every soul, loves her compass, loves her goal. Oh, she's momming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding, counseling hearts so wise and true. In her mind, visions of the new, sees potential in every soul, loves her compass, loves her goal. Oh, she's momming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding, advocate for every child, lending ears and running wild, shines a light in the darkest place, fighting battles with mother's grace. Investigates with sharpest eyes, exposes truth, no compromise, holds opinions strong and willful, but gives advice that's ever skillful. force of nature, strong and kind. Voice for those who can't speak.
Running a PTA with a smile so sweet, hands in the air like she's gotta preach, solving mysteries with a truth so deep, spreading love, never out of reach. Advocate with a voice so clear, lifting up kids, chasing away the fear. Got her facts straight like a newsroom star, helping hearts heal from near and far. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open, hope, third at heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold, even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl, for every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. And the warrior so bright. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open, hope, third at heart, she's the one they adore. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open, hope, burning heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold, even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl, for every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Running a PTA with a smile so sweet, hands in the air like she's gotta preach, solving mysteries with a truth so deep, spreading love, never out of reach. Advocate with a voice so clear, lifting up kids, chasing away the fear. Got her facts straight like a newsroom star, helping hearts heal from near and far. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open, hope, third at heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold, even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl, for every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back. Advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more. Open heart, burning heart, she's the one they adore. And the counselor's running a PTA with a smile so sweet. Hands in the air like she's gotta preach. Solving mysteries with a truth so deep. Spreading love, never out of reach. Advocate with a voice so clear. Lifting up kids, chasing away the fear. Got her facts straight like a newsroom star. Helping hearts heal from near and far. Oh, she's momming it up in style. Every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night. Fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back. Advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more. With hope, burning heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold. Even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl. For every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style. Every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night. Fighting for love like a warrior so bright. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night. Fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Oh, so bright. Warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back. Advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more. Open heart, burning heart, she's the one they adore. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back. Advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more. Open heart, burning heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold. Even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl. For every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style. Every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night. Fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Running a PTA with a smile so sweet. Hands in the air like she's gotta preach. Solving mysteries with a truth so deep. Spreading love, never out of reach. Advocate with a voice so clear. Lifting up kids, chasing away the fear. Got her facts straight like a newsroom star. Helping hearts heal from near and far. Oh, she's momming it up in style. Every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night. Fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back. Advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more. With hope, burning heart, she's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold. Even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl. For every single truth, she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style. Every step, every mile. With With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. And the warrior so bright. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Oh, so bright, warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open heart, burning heart. She's the one they adore. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open heart, burning heart. She's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold, even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl, for every single truth she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Running a PTA with a smile so sweet, hands in the air like she's gotta preach, solving mysteries with a truth so deep, spreading love, never out of reach. Advocate with a voice so clear, lifting up kids, chasing away the fear. Got her facts straight like a newsroom star, helping hearts heal from near and far. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open hope, burning heart. She's the one they adore. Seeing the good, she'll find the gold, even in stories that were once so cold. Eyes like a hawk, she's on the prowl, for every single truth she'll walk that mile. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. And the warrior so bright. Oh, she's momming it up in style, every step, every mile. With a heart that's fierce, she lights the night, fighting for love like a warrior so bright. Oh, so bright, warrior so bright. In the counselor's chair, she's got your back, advice so smooth, never gonna lack. Dr. Phil vibes, but 10 times more open heart, burning heart. She's the one they adore.
Like a blade in the night, good intentions fall in the face of the Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. Eventually. Eventually.
Late at night, world feels small. True crime whispers through the hall. Active cases cold as ice. Reality TV, a guilty slice. Trending news, it's all the rage. Flip the script, turn the page. Momming it up, yeah, we go all in. Special needs love, proud of where we've been. Army strong, hearts of steel. Momming it up, we keep it real. Family ties and sleepless nights. Battles fought in softer lights. Parenthood's a messy art. We're all just playing our part. Hype it up, let's share the glow. Raise the roof, let the love show. Momming it up, yeah, we go all in. Special needs love, proud of where we've been. Army strong, hearts of steel. Momming it up, we keep it real. Family ties and sleepless nights. Battles fought in softer lights. Parenthood's a messy art. We're all just playing our part. Hype it up, let's share the glow. Raise the roof, let the love show. Momming it up, yeah, we go all in. Special needs love, proud of where we've been. Army strong, hearts of steel. Momming it up, we keep it real.
News is wild, the world's a mess. Special needs, we do our best. Reality TV, bring the tea. We're momming it up, can't you see? Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. Late night chats, no time to rest. Breaking it down, we're feeling blessed. Laugh or cry, we'll spill the plot. Momming it up, give it all we've got. Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. From headlines to heartlines, we're here to explore. Unfiltered and honest, who could ask for more? Momming it up,
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, whether you're here live or you catch this on one of the replays. We're going to have another episode of Momming It Up. This is more like a podcast, I think, than sometimes an interactive, video with content. But I do try to show certain things while we're doing it. But it does come across more of a podcast. So I'm kind of working into what groove I'm trying to get in when I do these shows. And we kind of are going to be doing, what they call deep dives into different true crime cases, missing person cases, public interest stories, and a bit about, special needs parenting along the way. I'm the host, Cece Ann, and I'm so glad that you guys are able to be here. Before we get into today's episode, let's get a little housekeeping out of the way. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button, share it out with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. This way you don't miss any updates. Your support is really, really appreciated. As you know, the holidays are nearing, so every view, every single donation, and even a dislike will help substantially as I try to cover the expenses of running the channel. We all know the economy is not the greatest, so anything extra would help me with the holidays for the littles. I really hope to get this sensory build done. I want to be able to have this larger area for all the therapies for them. So it's like a sensory room. And I know all of my caregivers, that it is not an easy task. There's a lot of DIYing, but it does help tremendously when we have a larger space for the sensory. I mean, one day we'll have to show you what happened the last time when we were hooking up the hammock. Oh my gosh, that is interesting to say the least, when you have to literally create an indoor playground for therapy, right? So yeah, we talk about all kinds of stuff like that. And some of the fun that you can have when you're actually doing things and talking to one another is wonderful, a way to get through some of it, right? I enjoy doing this show. I enjoy doing different podcasts and live streams as respite as well. That's what brought me, here, and what brought this channel over on Momming It Up's channel on YouTube to flourishing. We all need a little bit of respite, and at the same time, I felt, why don't we discuss some of these cases, especially when there's missing people. The more people that know about it, the better, right? So that's what we do here. A lot of times I'll come on and things that I'd like to look at, I just do it while we're doing it together with you guys so you can see it with me. Now, let me just make a quick disclaimer. Everyone is always innocent until proven guilty, and we are only sharing opinions and speculation. Oh, you can't. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know you couldn't hear me that well. There we go. If it's too loud, just let me know and I'll turn it down. And the background should change in a moment. So again, everyone is always innocent until proven guilty, and we are only sharing opinions and speculation. We use fair use as we review and react to different stories, right? To news and the coverage of court cases, public interest stories, sometimes active missing persons and other cases, as well as a variety of other news and special needs parenting, as we just discussed. Never take anything here as fact, okay? Do not take it as fact, because we are just having open discourse on public matters. Always take things with a grain of salt, as if it's entertainment only, right? While these topics are very sensitive, and I go and show you the sources, and we might watch court cases or hear interviews, I really want to make sure that you know how to do your own due diligence. When you're watching me or anyone on YouTube, I think it's important that you do your own research. So we'll be doing a lot of connects over the holidays since so many people are looking for something to listen to or chat to socialize in, and you're definitely welcome here. But try to be kind and respectful. Hang on one second. What is she doing? As you can hear, my little one is back there playing with Grandma and her cousin. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in. So I know we shouldn't have to say to please be kind and respectful, but try to be thoughtful. I always give a trigger warning. If we're talking about true crime, you have to have a warning of knowing that it may be very upsetting or unsettling to some people when we are talking about different true crime stories. But, you know, I don't know, guys. Let's just say not everybody has empathy and compassion. So sometimes you have to remind them that you have to be considerate. It won't be tolerated if you're just, very disrespectful to anyone else in the chats or in the comments. And you will have to get a warning and a timeout and even banned, unfortunately. So, alrighty then. Today I will get into what we're going to talk about. And we're going to dive into one of the most heartbreaking and baffling mysteries that have gone on in missing person cases in recent history. And that's the disappearance of Kyron Horman. This case has haunted Oregon and true crime theories, for 15 years now. 15 years. This has been haunting true crime enthusiasts in the local community of Oregon. And of course, his loved ones and his family and his past teachers. And, the good news, though, is there's some recent developments and he's back in the spotlight. So let's break it down a little bit, step by step. I'm going to put a little image up of Kyron for all of you. I don't know if you remember Kyron or if you've heard about Kyron. Hello, and hi, Little Red. Hi, Tic Tac. How are ya? Let me just change the background. Let me show you Kyron Horman. We're going to go and listen to a really quick update that came from News Nation. And it is just letting us know about a break in the case that has been told, right? Because it's been 15 years. Here is a link so that you can see it. If you want to go watch it. Preferably after the live, if you can.
Discharged from service during the Biden administration for refusing to get the COVID vaccine.
I don't know why that's not supposed to be Kyron's update. There is Kyron. There is Kyron. Let's see if we can pull up the video on it. Oh, that's not showing it. Hang on one moment. Let's see. Why is it not pulling it up here for us? It should be pulling it up for us. Let's see. Well, I'm not quite sure why it's not coming up.
day so that she could do this.
I'm Kyle Aboshi, investigative reporter with KGW Channel 8. I remember that day vividly, June 4th, 2010. We were coming back to the station from another story when my wife called. She was worried. She received an automated phone call from Portland Public Schools warning that a little kid had gone missing. The phone call was intended to just go to parents of Skyline School, but instead it went out to the entire community. Suddenly, parents all over the city were worried. What happened? And where's this little kid?
Kyle came to school this morning. Kyron came to school this morning. He's 7 years old with his stepmom for the science fair, who's wearing this outfit.
The sheriff's department launched a massive search within an hour of learning that Kyron was missing.
The FBI is also on scene.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kyron, we're gonna bring you home, buddy.
This is just a reminder.
Nothing is more important to your family, to your friends, to us. So.
Police are not releasing a lot of details except to say the case is now a criminal investigation.
I was fully expecting them to just slap the cuffs on her and take her away. They're going to do it any second. They're going to take her away. They're going to do it. Here we go. This is going to happen. And it doesn't work that way.
If you have seen Kyron or have any information you think may be beneficial, please call Portland Police.
Kyron was due home off the school bus at 3:45. He did not get off the bus.
And have they found any sign of him at all?
No, not that I've heard of any sign of him at this point.
7-year-old Kyron Horman was last seen after his stepmother, Terry Horman, there's a picture, drove him to school for one of the biggest days of the year, the school science fair.
The second grader at Skyline Elementary had worked hard on his project for the science fair.
This is a picture she took of the second grader with his project, the red-eyed tree frog.
After touring exhibits together, they say goodbye in the school hallway. She leaves for home. Kyron heads toward his classroom.
It's the last time anyone remembers seeing him.
Terry Horman posts photos of Kyron from the science fair on her Facebook page.
Kyron doesn't get off the school bus. His stepmom calls the school and learns the teacher had marked him absent.
This is devastating for the family, as you might guess, and for anybody that knows him. We just want to make sure he gets home safe.
By 9 o'clock, as we watched search teams wade through high grassy fields, Kyron had been missing more than 13 hours.
Police declared the area a major crime scene. By morning, the military and crews on the ground joined the search.
He's not the kind of child that would just go out of school and just go, searching or wandering around. He's just a very timid, sweet boy.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
All right, let me know. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Jason Gates. I'm a captain with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, and I'm the incident commander.
In addition to the teams in the sky and on the ground, we're told about 50 detectives are also working the case.
The focus, the area around the school.
We're moving forward under the premise that we're looking for a living Kyron Horman.
On this rainy Sunday, police interviewed parents and children at Skyline School.
They're just trying to talk the kids through and just see if they can pick up any grains of information that they can to help, just to help.
The search turned into a massive community effort. From homemade signs to food donations, those who couldn't search did what they could to help.
Then on Friday, 1 week after Kyron's disappearance, his family speaks publicly for the first time.
Kyron, we miss you, we love you, and we need you home right now.
Search crews made their strongest push yet, with hundreds of volunteers from around the state joining the search for Kyron Horman.
We need a clue. We need that aha.
This is the kind of terrain searchers are having to comb through: tall grasses, dense vegetation, and steep slopes. It makes for a slow and tedious process.
The pressure to turn up something intense, as so far each day has ended with little to report.
It's always frustrating, when we're not finding anything, especially when we have such high hopes.
Investigators suspended the search and rescue. It's become clear Kyron is not simply lost.
Would he just go on a hike at the end of the year? That doesn't seem like something he would do.
Detectives announced this has become a criminal investigation. And the focus?
Where is she and why is she not speaking?
We wanted to speak out as the natural parents for Kyron.
Behind the scenes, we'd later learned suspicions were mounting. His family had come apart.
Terry was on a whole nother playing field than we were. It was 3 against 1, and she was not looking out for Kyron. She was not interested in helping in any way.
Weeks after Kyron disappeared, police are handing out a questionnaire to parents and students at Skyline School,
asking people if they'd seen the stepmom or the family's white truck in the area the day the boy disappeared.
Investigators say they've talked with the majority of parents and staffers, but there's still people they want to interview.
Then,
hello, I'm Tracy Barrett.
And I'm Joe Donlin.
The unexpected.
The Kyron Horman investigation takes another turn. Now a reliable source tells News Channel 8 officers were prepared to arrest stepmom Terry Horman for hiring a hitman to kill her husband.
Kane Horman. That was the most shocking thing when that came out. I couldn't believe it. That she was, allegedly hiring someone to unalive the husband, Kyron's dad. Just flabbergasted.
Filed for divorce, sought a restraining order against Terry Horman, and accused her of trying to hire a hitman to murder him.
And it was based on a lot of information that was provided, so it wasn't a sudden, reactionary type of decision that was made.
At that same news conference, Kyron's dad revealed another behind-the-scenes bombshell about Terry.
I think everyone knows the fact that she's taken her 2 polygraphs. She has not passed those 2 polygraphs.
Terry Horman hired a defense lawyer and moved to her parents' home in Roseburg.
Now again, Terry Horman has not been named a person of interest or a suspect in this case.
Terry Horman has never spoken to the media, but in court documents calls Kane's allegations vicious and calculated to inflame and poison public opinion against her.
Court papers from the divorce revealed Terry Horman had been sexting with another man after Kyron disappeared.
She's got some guts. I'll give her that. And now's not a good time to be doing stuff like that, but I guess I don't expect anything less.
Edie, are you cooperating with investigators?
By late summer, a grand jury started hearing sworn testimony from Terry Horman's friends. No charges were filed.
Is she bound to testify, or could she say no?
She was subpoenaed. I look at people's actions, and the actions I see don't reinforce the fact that they're completely innocent. And whether it's related to Kyron or not, something's being hidden.
2 years after the boy's disappearance, Kyron's biological mother filed a civil lawsuit against Terry Horman, later dropped.
The time has come.
So,
documents calls Kane's allegations vicious and
calculated. I'm going to show you how it's back. Oh, hold on 1 second. How it's being looked at. It's being digitized. All the case files are being digitized. Oh, let's get through this ad. Hold on. Bear with us. I get through the ad. Not sure. It's not a great ad.
After nearly 15 years, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is renewing its effort in the search for Kyron Horman. You may remember the 7-year-old went missing from a Portland elementary school back in 2010. It's a story that captivated people nationwide and is still without a resolution. Today, the Sheriff's Office announced it had spent the past year scanning thousands of pieces of evidence and working with the Gresham Police Department to digitize and reorganize the case. They say once the case is digitized, the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit will look into the case. The unit uses behavioral and psychological analysis to assist in criminal investigations. You may remember Kyron was last seen being dropped off at a school science fair by his stepmother, Terry Horman. But Kyron never arrived at class. A massive search effort ensued involving over 1,300 volunteers and law enforcement personnel, but no trace of Kyron was ever found. While the investigation focused on Terry Horman due to inconsistencies in her story, no one has ever been charged, and the case remains classified as open and ongoing. Today's renewed effort comes just days after District Attorney Nathan Vasquez is renewing his office's commitment to solving the case, treating it as an active investigation. Of course, if there are any new developments in this case, we will bring them to you on air or online any time of the day.
Si un bebé se ríe desde el asiento trasero, suena
my gosh.
feliz.
Okay,
Si
here
un
we go.
bebé llora desde el asiento trasero, puede que tenga hambre. Pero si un bebé está...
This is great. So, Anne, I can see you only in this one chat room because I use StreamYard, so I stream to the 2 YouTube channels, the X account, and then the TikTok, and then I download and upload the podcast version now. So unfortunately, in the StreamYards, I can't see vertical and horizontal at the same time for some reason. It only shows me the vertical ones for both of the YouTube channels, but it doesn't show me the horizontal ones. But I can see you. I hope you're doing good. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving? Do you get a turkey, or do you have anybody come over? Do you order a turkey? I know everybody does something different. Some people, don't celebrate, and I know you're in mourning still. So there's Kyron. I'm going to leave him up. So Kyron was last dropped off, as we heard before, right at the school. And then the stepmom left him. And then when his father went to the bus around 3:30 p.m., he didn't get off the bus. So they had called the school. They learned that he had not actually been there all day. And that's when the panic set in. The authorities were immediately notified. And what followed was the largest criminal investigation in Oregon history, involving local police, state agencies, and the FBI. Extensive searches covered forest, rivers, and neighborhoods, but not a trace of Kyron was ever found. And now in 2025, unfortunately, his whereabouts is still unknown, but we do know now that we were notified, right? They said that the case files are digitized. So they are taking a look into this case again. The suspicion fell very quickly onto Terry Horman, the stepmom, because of the inconsistencies in her story, failing the polygraph tests, investigators uncovering allegations that Terry had tried to hire someone to harm Kane, right, months before Kyron vanished, specifically offering money to the landscaper, Rodolfo Sanchez. Allegedly, his name is Rodolfo Sanchez. He had wore a wire for police, but no arrest ever came of it. Kane filed for divorce shortly after and got a restraining order against Terry. And Terry has always denied involvement and has never been charged. Now let's get into somebody, Dee Dee, Terry's friend. So this is the stepmom's friend. Her name is Dee Dee Spicer. I might be saying that wrong, but it's Spicher. And why was she given immunity? That's right. She was actually given immunity. Dee Dee was a close friend of Terry's, and police zeroed in on her because she was reportedly unaccounted for during part of the day that Kyron disappeared. Because witnesses had placed her with Terry in the white truck that morning. So witnesses say that they saw Dee Dee with Terry's white truck that morning. And there was a lot of questions about her activities. Back in 2013, Dee Dee spoke in an interview revealing she had signed an immunity deal with prosecutors, passed a polygraph, and testified before a grand jury. She claimed she was cooperative from the start, but felt unfairly portrayed by the media and police. Dee Dee said the immunity was part of her agreement to tell everything she knew, but she insisted that she had nothing to do with Kyron's disappearance. In depositions related to Terry's divorce and custody battles, Dee Dee had pleaded the Fifth Amendment on dozens of questions, invoking her right against self-incrimination. Why immunity, right? Why immunity? Why was she offered immunity? Well, it seems that the prosecutors wanted her full cooperation without the fear of self-incrimination, possibly believing she had key information about Terry's actions that day. However, Dee Dee has maintained her innocence and defended Terry. Now, what I was speculating is maybe she is the reason that they knew about the unaliving plan, where she was trying to pay to have, the unaliving of her now ex-husband, the father of Kyron. Maybe that might come out one day. There had to be something, right, substantial for them to do an immunity deal. Hi, Little Red. Fast forward to 2025, and the case is seeing renewed energy like we were just talking about, right ahead of the 15th anniversary. The sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, announced they did, let me see, wait a minute. Oh, yes, okay. So it had been announced with the digitizing thousands of the records, right? So there's thousands of pages of these records, photos, and evidence. And once that's done, so once they're done digitizing, the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit will re-examine everything for fresh insights. So that's phenomenal. In my opinion, this may really actually lead to finding out what happened to Kyron. And hopefully it will be holding those accountable for his disappearance. The new DA, Nathan Vasquez, has promised an aggressive review, and he is partnering with the FBI to re-examine and reanalyze evidence and witness statements. All of these things can also be found on OregonLive.com. And that's where I've been getting a lot of my information on the case of this young boy. So Kyron's mom, Desiree Young, she has been tirelessly an advocate for her son. She's been pushing for resources and organizing events like the Kyron Horman Car Show to continue to raise awareness. She and Kane have set up the Kyron Horman Foundation to help other families. Desiree has said that anytime a missing child case goes quiet, it's dangerous, right? It's scary. It's not a good feeling. I can only imagine. Again, just in case anybody ever comes across this video here where we're talking about Kyron, if for any reason you have any information on Kyron's case, please contact the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office at 503-988-0560 or the FBI. Let's see, this is the flyer that they have right now that's up for Kyron. Obviously, he's now much older, right? This was Kyron when he went missing in 2015. So sad. Doesn't he look a lot like the little Sebastian Rogers? The photos of Sebastian Rogers when he was younger too. So many of these children are so beautiful and so adorable, and every child is precious and beautiful, but it's so heartbreaking when we go over these, because your mind obviously connects, right, with the other cases that we've seen in the news or we have discussed. And it's just truly heartbreaking that these cases are still ongoing and active. And this is what Kyron, they say, may look like today. So his date of birth was September 9th of 2002 in Oregon. He had brown hair, blue eyes. At the time of his disappearance, he was only 3'8" and about 50 pounds. He has a distinct V-shaped strawberry birthmark that was on his forehead. Kyron was last seen wearing a black t-shirt with the letter CSI in green and a handprint graphic on it. Black cargo pants, white socks, and black Skechers sneakers with orange trim. He also wears the metal frame glasses at this time, but remember, this is 15 years ago, obviously, so he is grown now. He's been missing from the Skyline Elementary School in Portland, Oregon since June 4th, 2010. And he was last seen that morning after attending a science fair at the school. So this is the timeline of his disappearance. 8:15, Skyline PTA President Gina Zimmerman sees Kyron with his stepmother, Terry, in front of his exhibit at the science fair. 8:45, Terry Horman leaves the school after watching Kyron walk towards his classroom, allegedly. 9 a.m., another student reports seeing Kyron near the south entrance of the school. 10 a.m., class begins. Kyron's homeroom teacher, Christina Porter, reports him absent. 1:21 p.m., Terry posts a picture of Kyron and his project on our Facebook page. 3:30 p.m., Terry and Kyron's father, Kane Horman, go to meet the bus and discover Kyron has been absent all day. 3:56, school secretary Susan Hall calls 911 to report Kyron missing. So this is something I thought that was interesting, is that the school secretary called and reported him missing at 3:56. So between 3:30 and 3:56, did Kane Horman or Terry not call 911 themselves? And this just isn't in this timeline. I'm not sure. I have to go see if we have any facts on when they called. And if they didn't call, then that's suspicious, right? You would think that the parents would be calling immediately, not the school secretary, 26 minutes later. Right? Isn't that strange? $3:59, the Portland Police Bureau and the Sheriff's Department were dispatched. 4:33, police and the county and the sheriffs arrive at the Skyline Elementary School in Kyron's home. MCSO and Portland Police Bureau begin checking the home, school, and surrounding area. At 5:30, a broadcast is sent to parents in Portland Public Schools. Kyron Horman did not arrive at home today, was what was in the text. 7 o'clock, the search and rescue is activated to assist in the search. They alerted everybody. They started the formal search. 7:15, the public information officer begins returning calls from media and arranges to meet them at the school. 8:09, the first search team arrives at Skyline School. 8:15, Lieutenant Mary Lindstrom arrives and begins emailing Kyron's photo to local media. 8:30, Sheriff Dan Staton notifies the FBI. 8:25 p.m., Deputy Mark Huron, the search and rescue coordinator, arrived. 9:48 p.m., Mountain Wave Search and Rescue Group arrives at the school. 10:40 p.m., officers. Can you hold on one moment, guys? Just give me 1 second here. I'm having a little glitch. Just a second. Let me see. Just a moment. 1 moment. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on, but it kept coming in and out on my end. The Wi-Fi button was going on and off as if it's airplane mode. So we're just finishing and going over the timeline real quick about what went on when Kyron disappeared. So at 9:48, Mountain Wave Search and Rescue Group arrived at the school. 9:40, officers completed a search of Skyline School and the Horman residence. So they completed this search, right? That's what, 5 hours of the search? 10:44, a tipster calls 911 suggesting officers check a nearby train tunnel where kids had been sometimes known to play. Saturday, June 5th, let's see, Saturday. Let's see. I don't know why this keeps doing that. So that was the timeline for the first day. And then there's a lot of information for all these subsequent days after Kyron was initially reported missing, which I'm going to be getting into as time goes on. Because we're going to really have to deep dive this because there's so much information. It's been 15 years and there's a lot of interviews that have been done, from Dee Dee and Desiree and his dad and everybody. What do you guys think? Do you think they're finally going to be able to resolve his disappearance and find out where he went? Let's see. Let me see if I can get this one to pull up before we wrap up this segment. Let's see.
Brenda, no specifics, but we do know investigators will provide an update on the Kyron Horman case and respond to written questions previously submitted by the media. Meanwhile, an attorney representing one of Terry Horman's friends is defending his client. He claims Dee Dee Spicer is cooperating and she has nothing to do with Kyron's disappearance. Prosecutors subpoenaed the Tualatin woman to appear before a grand jury yesterday. Her lawyer says Spicer appeared before the secret panel but did not testify. She's expected to be called back before the grand jury sometime in the future. Spicer is a close friend of the missing boy's stepmother. Terry Horman was the last one to see Kyron Horman on June 4th. Previously, Kyron's family issued a statement saying Spicer is not cooperating with investigators. Police and the FBI searched her condo. Spicer's attorney claims she is being treated unfairly. But when asked about her friend, the lawyer predicts time is running out for Terry Horman.
I would be frankly surprised if Terry Horman did not eventually face charges in this case. I would just be very surprised if an indictment didn't come down.
Newly filed court papers suggest Terry Horman has paid $350,000 for legal representation in this case. Her estranged husband wants to know where she got the money. Terry Horman has not been charged with the crime. Back to you.
Now, I'm not sure. Let me see here if that was substantiated. Let me see. Oh my gosh, if that's true, right? Think about that. Where did she get $350,000? Where would that come from? Because they don't have Kyron, so there is no life insurance or anything, right? That she, as a stepmom, he's not unalived. They didn't find him, right? So where would that kind of money come from? That leaves a lot of speculating for selling or what? I don't know. But that's where this stuff leads, right? That's how people speculate on these types of things, because you hear these stories and it's like that's a substantial amount of money that you would think that the dad would know where it came from, right? I mean, they were married. Hello, Mark. How are you? You would definitely think that people would know where it came from. Let's see. Is this the one where she talks? Let me see.
If you have seen Kyron or have any information you think may be beneficial, please call Portland Police.
Kyron was due home off the school bus at 3:45. He did not get off the bus.
And have they found any?
No, that's not it.
Kyron is, and how he got there.
Terry Horman tried to change her name and appeared on the witness stand before a judge denied the request.
Kyron Horman is missing. He needs to be found. I love my son. I want him home more than anything.
Terry, what's your reaction to the judge denying this name change?
Hi, Kyle. No, thank you.
Horman, who now lives in California, has maintained her innocence, appearing on national TV and magazines.
She talks about Kyron's disappearance and also what she calls a bogus murder-for-hire plot to kill her husband.
I don't believe she'll ever be truly honest about what happened. I think even when we find Kyron, she will not reveal what happened that day.
But the search for him is still going strong. Today, another under-the-radar search today for Kyron Horman.
Police searched the woods, the water, and multiple properties over the years, but haven't found anything.
Comment. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office said, quote, the investigation is continuing. End quote.
They've also released age-progressed photos of what Kyron would look like now as a teenager.
So from what I'm finding, it said that it wasn't true that Terry Horman paid $350,000 that had originated from the July 2010 court filing by Kane Horman during the divorce proceedings, where he claimed Terry had paid that amount to retain prominent criminal defense attorney Stefan House. The claim was reportedly based on text messages that were sent to a high school friend, Michael Cook, stating that she was paying House $350,000, but Kane's filing sought to compel Terry to disclose the source of the funds, implying suspicion about where the money might have come from. Example, possibly from assets related to Kyron's disappearance or other undisclosed means. However, her attorneys, including Peter Bunch, quickly refuted the claim in court, calling their $350,000 figure inaccurate and grossly misstated, and asserting that Terry had not paid House any money at the time. They argued she lacked the financial resources for such a payment and that the alleged text was taken out of context or misinterpreted. A hearing was scheduled for August 2010 to address the issue, but no public records confirm that Terry ever actually paid that amount, and the matter appears to have been resolved without further disclosure of such a payment. The divorce was finalized in 2013, with Terry receiving a settlement that included spousal support and assets, but nothing tied to the $350,000 claim. As a potential source of the money, since the payment itself is disputed and not confirmed, there's really no verified origin that I can find. But the speculation at the time seems centered on whether it could have come from family support, like her parents, or other assets, right? Because there's no way, from what everybody said, that she could afford this independently. But since there's no other charges that have been filed, we don't have anything to substantiate any of the allegations about the $350,000. So I guess we have to wait and see if maybe there's something about that to come in the future, now that the FBI is going to look over the records, if they haven't already started, right? Since they're supposed to be getting digitized, that might already be done by now. But I think the biggest speculation that we have, right, is involving Kyron's disappearance, or the biggest rumor would be it's the involvement of the stepmom, Terry, right? That's the most prevalent rumor, would be that Terry dropped Kyron off at school. She took the photo of him at the science fair, potentially harmed or disposed of his body. Speculation suggests she could have left him in a wooded area around the school or in the home, Northwest Portland, possibly after an accident or maybe an intentional planned act. Some of the other theories we have claim that she drove around with him unalive in the vehicle while running errands, just to be on camera, as her timeline has so many inconsistencies. She failed those polygraphs, we can't forget that, right, guys? The witnesses allegedly saw Kyron leaving the school with her, but that contradicts her claim that she saw him walking the class. And then we have these rumors that tie this to her alleged hatred for Kyron, blaming him for the marital issues with Kane and a history of this unaliving for hire plot, right? The attempting to hire a landscaper to unalive Kane months earlier, which I'm wondering that's probably why they gave immunity. I bet you they got something from the friend Dee Dee on that. I'm just speculating. What do you guys think? Because the other thing could be, one of the other rumors, right? One of the other possibilities is kidnapping by a stranger. Because Terry publicly claimed that Kyron, that he could have been abducted by a man in a white Ford pickup truck acting suspiciously near the 7-Eleven. But it wasn't close to the school, though, the 7-Eleven. The other rumors describe a creepy man seen in the school during the science fair, possibly luring Kyron out via a side door to a parking lot or something, you know, where the parking lot was or something, or where it had access to a road. And other people, they are speculating about trafficking or a random predator, right? Because this was an open event. This was a public event at the science fair. It was public, and they didn't have all of the restrictions and stuff in place that most schools have now. it's pretty much anybody could come in and out of a lot of the school events, right? What else? Oh, accident or involvement of a peer. That's a less common theory, right? Is that he wandered off to a nearby forest area and passed away accidentally, or that another child lured him away and they were going to play hooky from school, and it led to some sort of an accident or foul play, because there is a lot of rumors that keep circulating that he seemed off or bothered in the weeks prior. And they said they didn't know if he was having seizures or if he was just daydreaming. So I'm wondering, if we learn a lot more about that. And then they also have all the family cover up and other relatives that people speculate on. A lot of the discussions online, right? They point to this complicated family dynamic. They have all of the rumors that Kyron's body would have been hidden on family property, or that his disappearance masked abuse. The fringe theory involves Kane's brother, who was convicted of child, child, and that's just horrible, right? I mean, he was convicted of this about 2 weeks after Kyron vanished. So what does that make you think? It makes you think a possible cover-up, possible family involvement, right? We don't know, but it does lead to a lot of speculation, in my opinion, in that direction. Because if you have somebody that's right there in this little boy's life, and he was acting odd in the weeks prior, and he was allegedly zoning out or having seizures, okay, and now he's missing, and you have somebody that is right there in the family that then gets charged for, SA stuff. I'm just speculating that would be something that I would think could have something to do with, motives or reasons. Yeah, I don't have much at anything about the dad, but I could definitely say that, from what I looked up over here, they're going to speculate on everyone, and they're going to go up and down, left and right, until they find out what happened to this child. Because we know children don't vanish, right? Children do not just disappear. And whether it takes 15, 30, 40 years, somehow, some way, justice always prevails, in my opinion, because they don't just vanish when they have all these circumstances and not have some sort of, some sort of trace. There's going to be evidence that is going to be presented in these files that has somehow just been overlooked, or unfortunately, it needed a new set of eyes. And I guarantee that after it gets reviewed by the FBI, in my opinion, there's going to be some sort of movement. That's my belief, only because we have such technology now. Our technology is so incredible. It is a great resource for combining all kinds of information and linking it in real time, right? It's something that as regular people, when we have papers everywhere and we can only remember so much, or maybe we're interpreting something one way and it actually, could be another way. But with technology and utilizing all these types of software programs and things that they have at their disposal that we don't have as a public, some I think we don't even know about, nor should we, right? In my opinion, that they're going to definitely get down to the nitty gritty and figure out, where is Kyron Horman? Where is he? Where did this sweet boy go? And the speculation that I was looking at, Little Red, about the dad, about Kane, is, it's kind of minor, right? If we compare the speculation on Terry, because Terry is the last one with him. She's the stepmom. Supposedly she was very mean to him, right? But I don't see really, the only stuff I really see about Kane is kind of online rumors. I don't really see anything that seems to be stemming from like locals, neighbors, teachers, anything of that sort. It seems to all be online, which we all know we see a lot of that these days. It's not hard for people to sensational kind of turn a lot of these cases into entertainment and make profits off of it, right? So I'm not so sure if the dad's going to end up being involved any different than any of you guys are. But I know that some of the rumors online are basically that basically they say it's super complicated because of the family history, and that Kane was having an affair, and that Desiree, which is Kyron's biological mother, was pregnant, and Terry became Kyron's primary caregiver right from infancy. And then more pointedly, they're saying Kane's brother was convicted, and because of him being convicted so shortly after the disappearance, they believe that the dad would cover for the brother, basically, because he could have been harmed by a relative and then have this whole disappearance staged, and it would be tied into the whole essay. But it's like a lot of complicated stuff that goes into getting to this theory with the dad being involved. And I think a big reason for that is, well, let's be realistic. The evidence that we know, what we've been told, right, is that he passed a polygraph exam. He was at work at Intel, right? He was literally at work at Intel during the disappearance. And he's been an active advocate for finding Kyron, right? He even set up the Kyron Horman Foundation, and he's helped with the car shows, right? So we don't have that much that leans that way, but who knows what? You never know, right? We know that. You never know. Sometimes the parents that come out and they appear, right? Sometimes some of the people that are involved in a crime are the ones that are right out front and center. And you would never, ever believe it. Obviously, we know that if people, appeared as a perpetrator, they wouldn't be walking free if they were a perpetrator with a neon light and all the evidence around them. A lot of times they just seem average and you wouldn't know. So I'll never say that it's not possible, but I don't think so, based on what we have in front of us. But it is possible. And then there's the marital issue cover-up part. I forgot about that. Right? Those are the theories where Kane knew about Terry's alleged hatred for Kyron, and that he knew about the supposed unaliving for hire plots against him, and that he just ignored all the red flags because he would benefit from the disappearance. So they're saying like he would benefit from the disappearance and then the divorce from Terry. It's just interesting because when I'm thinking about it, like Kane did express that he thought that Terry was involved with help from someone else. But that could just be, what he thinks after all of, hindsight and, when you're looking back on things and behaviors, what people that he knows tell him. But I know that these are all reasons that people were thinking that there's just so much there to ignore. Why would you be around and keep somebody around your child if they don't like him? And then you have, this whole SA conviction. So, you never know. And then we have Dee Dee, right? We have Dee Dee, the close friend of Terry. And boy, oh boy, she's gotten suspicion a lot, right? A lot. Because she got the immunity deal back in, 2013? But she did pass a polygraph. And she has testified in front of the grand jury. But she consistently says that she was not involved. So there's definitely a lot of theories. Lots and lots and lots of theories. Well, let's see, what else is there? Let's see. There's just so much. Again, I just want to thank all of you that have been stopping by and supporting the channel. I appreciate you. I'm really trying to find a way to grow the channel and be able to do this full time, so to speak, because I want to be able to stay at home. It's kind of impossible to not be at home with the littles, with all the therapies. And I think that when you have little ones, being a stay-at-home mom is really beneficial. I think it could be, tremendously helpful. And I'd really like to do the channel more than have, the remote work schedule. And then it can work, when you have a nanny coming in and things like that. But I just enjoy the freedom that podcasting, brings and everything. So I'm hoping to grow the channel up and try to get into a groove and figure it out as we go. So even dislikes and shares and likes, or letting me play on mute, while you sleep on a playlist, helps tremendously on the Mom It Up YouTube channel. It really does. It helps a lot over here. So I appreciate all of you for doing that for me. So, what a heavy topic it is once you really get into this. As I look a lot of things over and I'm trying to think of what we could talk about next. If you could leave me your ideas in the comments on what you would like to cover about this next or get into next, because there's just so much here, so many interviews that we can go over, so many things from the different court cases that we can go over. Just let me know in the comments, or you can email me at 411ccn@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions for any active or cold cases, or any stories that you want to discuss here or you want me to look into, or if you are trying to get your case out there, if you have lost a loved one or you have a story to tell, feel free, reach out to me. I'd love to interview you and see if we can share your story. I am, only one little person in this world, but I feel like we all can make a difference, because sometimes it's just one person that hears something that can lead to a clue. That is all that's left to be called in, that will lead the investigation to the final pieces of evidence that may be able to solve a missing child or a missing person's case and bring them home, whether, it's alive or otherwise, depending on what happened to them. And it could lead to convictions. So you never know, right? It could lead to justice. With one person hearing one story can actually make a substantial difference. And so I appreciate you. If you just tuned in now, I'm Momming It Up. I'm your host, CC Ann. This is the channel Momming It Up. And, we're deep diving into this tragic story, as I call it. It's not a long deep dive, but it's a little deep dive. And that's Kyron Horman's disappearance. We covered a little bit of the first day. We did the timeline of it, the suspicions around Terry Horman and her friend Dee Dee Spicer, the latest on the FBI's involvement, all the swirling rumors, at least quite a few of them. And before we wrap this segment up, though, let's touch on one of the most shocking elements of this case, the alleged murder plot. You see, just months before, as we talked about earlier, Kyron, before he went missing, just months before, the investigators uncovered claims that Terry Horman had tried to hire the family landscaper Rodolfo Rudy Sanchez to unalive the husband, Kane Horman, Kyron's dad. And that's according to reports that Terry approached Rudy in a parking lot offering $10,000 to do this horrible deed. And Rudy, understandably, freaked out and went to the police instead. And they wired him up for a sting operation. But Terry didn't bite during the recorded conversation. Still, though, this revelation painted a picture of a deeply troubled marriage and raised questions about Terry's motives. Was this plot real, or could it have been a misunderstanding? Now, I don't know if you can misunderstand. I'll give you $10,000 if you go, unalive somebody. But hey, you never know, right? So how does this connect to Kyron's fate, though? Kane learned about it from the police right after Kyron went missing, and it led him to immediately file for divorce and get the restraining order. We're going to get into more details on this, including the conviction for, SA, predator type stuff that went on with the uncle, and the fallout that happened after this alleged murder plot, and even more of the theories on the next segment here at Momming It Up. We're going to be doing the Mommins Marathon during this holiday week, so keep checking, keep stopping by. You never know when we'll be doing a live, and even when it's live streaming and I may not be up on the panel, I'll be in and out of chat to talk to everybody. So stay tuned, everyone. I thank you so much for being here. Again, if you want to support the channel, it's in the links in the description. If you want to reach out to me, it's 411ccn@gmail.com. Thank you all so much. Be sure to share all that you think of Kyron's case. And are you as hopeful as I am that we may have justice for Kyron Horman soon? Right? So get ready, because in the next episodes, things are about to get even more intense. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Woke up before the dawn. She's got her armor on, fighting for those who can't. Champion with a loving chant. Investigates the hidden truth with a pen sharp and couth. Unlocks doors with every word. Injustice never goes unheard. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child. Makes the world a little more wild. Counseling in every call, catching up before the fall. She sees the good in every face, spreads hope all over the place. Like Dr. Phil with a softer touch, opinions firm but love so much. Her guidance is a shining star, lifting lives both near and far. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild. Dr. Phil with a softer touch, opinions firm but love so much. Her guidance is a shining star, lifting lives both near and far. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild.
Battlefield painted in red. No medals, no
glory, just keep moving ahead. Evidence stacks like bricks in a wall. Intentions crumble when the truth makes the call. Woke up before the dawn. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. When the pen is sharp and cool, unlocks doors with eventually. She don't need a stage, don't need the crowd. Silent as a shadow, but her heart is loud. She's a fighter with a prayer, no weapon in hand. Guided by the light while she takes her stand. Truth cuts deep like a blade in the night. Good intentions fall in the face of the right. Of the right. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. Eventually. Truth cuts deep like a blade in the night. Good intentions fall in the face of the right. Justice happens eventually. You can't outrun eternity. Jesus whispers silently. Eventually. Eventually, eventually. Momming it up, yeah, we go on. Keep it real. News is wild, the world's a mess. Special needs, we do our best. Reality TV, bring the tea. We're momming it up, can't you see? Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. Late night chats, no time to rest. Breaking it down, we're feeling blessed. Laugh or cry, we'll spill the plot. Momming it up, give it all we've got. Momming it up, momming it up. Grab your coffee or your cup. True crime chills, parenting thrills. We're momming it up and keeping it real. From headlines to heartlines, we're here to explore. Unfiltered and honest, who could ask for more? Momming it up, momming it up. Turn the volume, crank it up. News to crime, we've got the deal. Momming it up and keeping it real.
Take care, everyone.